with a kiss. Yet Jesus refused to become bitter. Y'all didn't get it. You should have shouted right there. I said Jesus refused to become bitter. He looked beyond his present pain to the salvation of mankind that he was about to purchase at the cross. Do not become bitter when you're betrayed by people that you thought was your friends. Don't become bitter when you're misjudged by those who are close to you, including some of your own family members. Jesus was continually being misjudged by those around him. Y'all need to hear me. Come closer and remember he was betrayed by one of those who was in his inner circle. Have y'all read the Bible? When people misjudge you, when people betray you, sometimes you're just going to have to move on. Let me talk to this side. I said when people hurt you, sometimes you're just going to have to move on. Do I have any witnesses? You can't waste your time defending your actions to people who really don't give a about you. Some people, I learned this as a pastor, Langford, some people will never understand you. Dr. Smith, some people don't want to understand you. To be honest, it really don't matter what people think about you. As long as you have the right thoughts in your mind about yourself and you know what God thinks about you. Stop worrying what folks say about you. But when you know how God feels about you, being misjudged by people is just part of the process you got to go through on the road to your destiny. Don't waste your time, child of God, with the critics. Critical people are nothing but hurt people, and hurt people hurt people. They're people who are disappointed in themselves, so they spend time, Tanisha, trying to destroy the people around them who are successful. Don't spend your time with a critic than you spend with your good friend. A famous preacher once accused by a major newspaper for having a large sum of money in a certain bank. His friends told him he needed to respond to the accusation. He responded by saying, "My friends don't care how I got it, and my enemies wouldn't believe me if I told them." You're not going to change some folks' opinion about you and the things you do. So quit trying, child of God. Remember, your friends don't care, and your enemies wouldn't believe the truth anyway. There are people who will walk away from you as you travel the road to your destiny. And that's a fact, Pastor Fields, that you can't change. There are also people that you're going to have to walk away from. I'm talking to you tonight. There's some people that are in your world that should have never been allowed to be in your place anyway. They're holding you back. They're stopping you from moving forward. They're carrying spirits from the pits of hell. These spirits have been assigned to keep you from moving forward into the next level of your destiny. I come by to tell you, don't let everybody in your world. There's a high price for having the wrong people in your life. Learn from the life of Jesus. He refused to let everybody in his circle. He preached to the multitudes. He had 70 disciples, but he only had 12 chosen disciples. And out of the 12, he had an inner circle of 3, Peter, James, and John. Jesus didn't spend a lot of time with the multitudes. He didn't spend a lot of time with the 70. He spent most of his time with the 12, especially with the 3 in his inner circle. Jesus didn't impart into everybody. He mainly imparted into the 12 and especially to the 3. And even out of the 12, the one that he spent time with, the one that he imparted it to, they had a harder time understanding the cross. There will be some folk around you in your inner circle is going to be mad about your journey to the cross. When it comes time for the crucifixion, which was the next level of Jesus' destiny, they couldn't understand his purpose, and Peter wanted to stop it. And when Jesus told his disciples that in a few days he would be crucified, for it is written, to this end was I born. Peter immediately told Jesus not to talk in such a way. Peter was not going to let Jesus go to the cross if he had the power to stop him. Jesus immediately turned to Peter and said to him, "Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of God, but those that be of men." I'm trying to help y'all what Jesus was saying, but this was God's plan. This was God's will. It was part of my destiny. And don't try to stop me. What God has predestined in my life. And anybody who tries to stop me, anybody who tries to hinder me, anybody who tries to stop me from what God has called me to be, I come by to tell you, I preach because God called me. I pray for the sick because God called me. I pastor because God called me. It wasn't your vote. It wasn't your popularity. But before I was born in God's womb, He already predestined me. He already anointed me. Do I have any witnesses? I come by to tell you, it's to the cross. It was at the cross where I first saw the light. At the cross where He delivered me. I come to tell you, the closer you get to Jesus Christ, the closer you get to the cross, people gonna try to talk about you. The closer you get to the cross, people gonna